Hello everybody, how is it going? So today we are playing a little bit of Puffy. Honestly, I've been enjoying this deck quite a bit lately. I still don't think it does the best into Sakazuki, but it's still a ton of fun to play. Does pretty well into Uta if you guys are playing against a lot of Uta at locals or something. Also, don't worry, there will be more Uta content. Right now on the sim, it is still not playable in our current format. And it's a bit annoying trying to find matches in the OCG format for, just the Uta format. But, yeah, I figured it's been a minute since I have played the actual OP05 format. So I'm like, let me play some Purple Luffy. I've been having fun with the deck lately. And, yeah. Also, there will be more Uta content from locals. I think I was going to say that earlier. I don't know if I fit that in. But, yeah, we're playing Puffy on the sim. And we're against the mirror, which is interesting. He's playing Black Maria. The card isn't bad. Having a chump blocker is never bad. Not searchable or anything, but honestly nothing in Purple Luffy is searchable. Kind of just one of the weaknesses of the deck. It's unfortunate. I mean, you could obviously play like the one drop Impel Down engine if you wanted to. I personally don't think it's worth it, but that's just me. Also, we played Magellan, and I think Magellan, it's pretty important in the mirror. I would say it's like there are good spots for it, and there are kind of negligible spots for it. I feel like mine was okay. It kind of forces them to ramp again, which is nice, but it also forces you to ramp again, so it's a little bit weird. But I do think it's important. Obviously, just being also a body that is something that you don't really want to out ever, because Luffy doesn't have a way to bottom deck anything, so it's just a very sticky body and punishes them pretty hard if they do just like swing into it. So yeah, very, very solid card. But it's going, I think, pretty good for both of us. I have down a Magellan and a Kid. He has a Kid down, and we outed what did we just out from his board? Oh yeah, he just used the chump blocker for his life, which, yeah, fair enough. We do have the 9-drop, which will probably just be our next turn play, so we're just going to pop the Kid, do our thing. He should honestly probably swing with the Kid this turn, because if not, kind of didn't get much value. Because, right, we're on 7 Dawn, yeah, so next turn is Kaido. He plays King, is not able to pop anything on our board, because we only have 5 costs. Interesting, again, another interesting choice that he's playing King. I think this card is... It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It has its moments where it's good. But I also just don't love it. You're kind of also adding more non-counter. And I feel like the other 5 drops like Pauly and Magellan are just kind of better. Because Pauly will just get you to 10 Dawn. And Magellan is obviously very good in certain matchups such as Yellow, Sakazuki. I think it's important in the mirror. It's just a very impactful card, being able to put your opponent down a Dawn so early on in the game. But, yep, we drop a 9-drop, kill his Kid. Should have attacked with it, come on. But, yep, we're just going to berate him with 6Ks, because that is kind of a notorious weakness against Luffy sometimes. The list I'm playing is the one that won the Latin America finals, so, yeah, just wanted to give it a try. It's very solid. I feel like you run a lot of 2Ks in it, which is super nice for this deck, because I feel like a lot of the other lists, I'm always lacking 2Ks, but this one have not had that problem so far, so that's very nice. Yep, we're just bullying him down. He's going to go to 0, and we probably just have game next turn, unless he plays like maybe double blocker, could potentially keep him in the game, but I think he ends up 10 dropping. We'll see, and we'll talk about 10 drop, because honestly, the card in this deck is not that good. I feel like running one of it, I know the Latin America champion did run one of it, so there is one in my list. But the card is super duper situational, and yes, it will get you game sometimes on just like a Hail Mary type of play. But generally, I feel like in this scenario, if he had 2 blockers, just play down 2 blockers, and it's probably going to end up being better than just dropping a 10-drop here. Again, I could have just had no counter, and he could have just won the game because he used the 10-drop, but we get out of both those swings, and I feel like at this point he should pivot. I think that's what's nice about 10-drop, is that you know, if you see they're taking these smaller swings that you're like, okay, this could just result in game if I 10 drop, especially because I'm on 0. Defending is going to be a bit hard. But he right now has 8 cards in hand, and I feel like if he just walls up a bit, I might not go for game. You know, I'd probably just check him with my bodies and probably play blockers of my own. But he does end up going with 10 drop, which, hey, I mean, fair enough. Maybe he had no blockers and was just like, I just have to YOLO it. But, yeah. 10 drop is also even weaker at this point because he is on 0, so not even going to be able to get up to, normally I think it'd be forward on his, you know, take a second turn, so. Yep, definitely kind of meh right now. He's just going to have a 7k swing at me with leader, and then a 12k. Could potentially out like the Kaido, but I still don't think that really does enough. Could also play like one of the chump blockers he was playing, and then just go 5-12. That is probably, I don't even know what the best option is. I feel like there are no good options. I think, you know, he's just not in a good spot. But, yep, we'll see. I think he ends up attacking my Kaido here. Yeah, it goes 13, which, you know, is honestly, it's a fair number to swing, just because normally, you know, Luffy does kind of struggle with the 2Ks, but we do have 2 2Ks and a 1K to save the Magellan, and he scoops it up, and now we are playing against a Sakazuki. Not a great matchup for Luffy, obviously. Kind of the main way you win this matchup is through multiple Magellans and a lack of Hound Blazes on Sakazuki's end. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Right now I have no, Magellans, so we're not looking great on that department. Another good card in this matchup is, you know, ulti into page 1, establishing 2 bodies. Being a 2/4 cost can be quite annoying for Sakazuki, but right now we have neither, so we're just gonna hope for a Magellan. He attacks us for 8, has nothing, he's no brand new or anything like that. Interesting to see he is playing Red Rock, but yep, we don't find kind of anything we're really looking for here, so we're just gonna attack for 5 and play the Queen. There is potential of the Queen sticking. Yeah, he needs a Hound Blaze and a what's it called? A Great Eruption. Could also be a Lucci and a Great Eruption. I think Lucci and the Great Eruption would be the best outcome for me. But if it's more Hound Blazes, we just kind of continue being put in a worse spot. Card is just really, really good against Purple Luffy because it obviously gives more attack and yeah, it just forces you to eat these big swings early. But what's nice about this turn is that if he does, you know, attack with leader and then Hound Blaze, he doesn't get that attack boost. So that is a saving grace in that department. But he has 2 Great Eruptions and uses them both, which, like, honestly isn't terrible. You know, getting out this early cost reduction, he used, you know, 2 of them on the Queen and the Hound Blaze. It's not that bad. Like, if Hound Blaze wasn't a free card, or not Hound Blaze, sorry, Great Eruption wasn't a free card, it'd feel a hell of a lot better. But obviously, Great Eruption would kind of just suck if you didn't draw a card. So, there is that. And he hits us for 9, we take. We could have countered out of it, but I think we're just throwing at that point. We're just dropping so many cards. I don't know, maybe I was supposed to. I'm just gonna, I didn't, that's all. We would have had to drop, what, 2 2Ks and a 1K. I kind of want that later to defend my life. And we did top deck a Magellan, so we honestly aren't looking terrible. Unless he has another Great Eruption for this Magellan, then we're feeling pretty terrible. It's just, it is what it is. I feel like this matchup it's hard for Luffy, but there is a realm where it's winnable, where it's like, drop multiple Magellans. If you don't have this many Hound Blazes, I should be winning. That's just kind of how it goes. 9 drop is also quite good against Sakazuki. Kind of just need an Ice Age to out it, and it immediately gets pretty good value on play with popping something and getting a 10k swing in, so there is that. But he plays a Rebecca, grabs Hina, plays the Hina. Hey look, he has 2 down up. Yep, that's another Hound Blaze, so we're going to be attacked for 8. I could counter out of this one. I don't think it's too unreasonable to take this counter. Probably will. I could have, like, Jet Jet Gatling and then 1K'd with the Poly, but I kind of want to play the Poly this turn. So, yeah, we're just going to drop 2Ks. We also find another Magellan, but I think at this point, him having 2 attackers right now, being his leader and the Hina, the Poly is good value. It gets us to 10 Dawn. Kind of takes the pressure off of us for now. We're just going to attack for 6. Sakazuki also, usually doesn't have a ton of 2Ks, so he might just take this. We'll be happy at that. Also, I don't know, Rebecca's such a good card in this matchup as well. Just, we don't have a ton of answers to the little blockers. We are playing the 1 Sheep's Horn. Poly is a way to pop the Rebecca, but I didn't really want to start eating 2 attacks per turn with the Hina, so felt like popping the Hina was just a better idea. He's going to Great Eruption the Poly. Alright. Nothing is sticking this game. Yep. I mean, it's just Sakazuki, right? It just be like that. He'll probably attack for leader with whatever number he wants to attack with. And either, or could just, oh no, he probably won't Houndblaze. I kind of doubt he has the 4th Great Eruption. So it'll probably just be attack with leader, Houndblaze. Could even potentially swing with the Rebecca if he really wants to. It's not the worst, honestly. But yeah, just swing him 8 with leader. So we pretty much know he's just going to Lucci the Poly, which is, yeah, we'll just end up popping the Lucci with our Kaido. But again, we would love to just pop this Rebecca so he doesn't have a free blocker just sitting there. But we can't afford to just, again, like 2 swings at this point in the game is just a bit much. We do have a ton of cards in hand, so we probably could live if we want to pop the Rebecca with the Kaido. And maybe that is the right call. I don't know, the problem is that we'll pop the Rebecca, the 10k will almost definitely go through, our 5 will just get countered out of, or 6, sorry. And then, it's like if they just play another blocker and we don't have an answer to it, we kind of just lose, right? That's just how it is. So yeah, we just pop with the Lucci. Maybe should have went for the Rebecca. I'm torn. Yeah. Because in that scenario where we go for the Rebecca, go for life, he's put down to 1, and it's like we just need to have the Sheep's Horn if he plays another blocker, and if we don't have it, we just lose. So I guess this is potential here. And even then, if we go for the Rebecca and he can just out the Kaido, we're not even in that good of a spot, honestly. Like, it's rough. It's rough. But I'll take that and him dropping 2. Oh, he drops a 2k. Sorry, I thought he had 2 1ks there. I don't know why I remembered it like that, but whatever. The 10 will either eat a block or will get countered out of. Or not countered out of, just taken, sorry. Or, I mean, he could counter out of it, but I kind of doubt he would want to. Seems kind of bad. And we'll just pass it back. Let's see if he has the Ice Age for the Kaido. What else could he do? He already used 3 Great Eruptions, so if he, like, Rebecca Hina again, that put it at... I guess if he has the 4th Great Eruption, that works too. He'd need, like, Rebecca, Great Eruption, leader attack, and then he could either Houndblaze it or Lucci it, either one. So there is outs. Could also just hard play a Hina and do, like, the same route. But we do have a ton of cards in hand, so it's not like we're going to die super easily. We'll probably get another turn or 2. But, I mean, it's looking pretty bleak right now. Honestly, it's not looking pretty bleak. It's looking fine if our Kaido sticks. We'll see, though. He is thinking for a little bit. Plays the Rebecca. Here we go. He does have the out. You hate to see it. He'll add back Hina. Play the Hina. -4 to the Kaido. Sad times. Let's see, does he have the Great Eruption or the Ice Age? I guess another Hina does work as well. If he just hard plays another Hina and then Houndblazes. But I think he already Houndblazed 3 times, so again, it's like, do you have the 4th one? If you have the 4th one, I give up. It's ridiculous. He has the Ice Age. Okay, so we'll hope it's a Lucci, I guess. I don't even know what's better here, a Lucci or a Houndblaze for me. I mean, Houndblaze will just guarantee I go to 0. A Lucci, means their board is wider, and I'm still pretty... Either way. Either way, I'm just in a bad spot. And it's the Houndblaze, so I think... Was it... Did he already Houndblaze twice or 3 times? If he already Houndblazed 3 times, he saw 4 Houndblazes, and that's just messed up. What am I supposed to do? And he'll attack for 11. I'm just going to take it. And, yeah, I'm staring down 2 chump blockers with no board, no Kaido, no Sheep's Horn. Pretty bad, pretty bad. I'm only going to be at 7 Dawn next turn, so that's pretty bad as well. Well, top deck of Kaido. I mean, that's pretty good. We can maybe live. I think we just have to play Queen this turn, attack for 7, hope that he just lets this attack go through. I mean, we can't really go for Hina. I think regardless of what I attack there, it just gets blocked by Rebecca. I just don't think it matters. But we'll play Queen, pick up 2 more 2Ks, which is great, you know. We'll probably live this turn. But it also puts us off curve for Kaido next turn, so that's pretty bad. I didn't think about that when I played the Queen. Because if I just didn't minus the Dawn, it might have been okay. But I would have been lacking 2 2Ks, which is a lot of counter power. And I probably would have needed that amount. But he red rocks my Queen. Which, I mean, I guess. I mean, that felt a little bit good. Why couldn't you red rock my Magellan early game instead of Houndblazing it, man? But he'll attack for 7. We'll probably just use the Gatling. Nope, we'll use 2 2Ks, or 2K and a 1K, sorry. And I'll probably just go 7 again. And we can use the Gatling. No, we don't have to. We can kind of use just whatever counter we want. At this point, I feel like we're just along for the ride. We're in the game, but we can't really do much. Kaido would be nice here, but I don't think even if I could Kaido, I could live. Maybe I could. If I Kaido pop the Hina, I think I have enough counter to get out of the 15k leader swing. Because what I have 4 2Ks, 2 1Ks. Yeah, I would have been able to get out of that. But sadly, we're only on 8 Dawn, so it's not even like that is in the options. Yeah. I guess maybe last turn play Queen, don't minus a Dawn. That could have been the misplay there. But I don't even, like, I'm not even sure if that gets us there. But I guess hindsight 2020, right? Yeah, I mean, we're just doing stuff. We'll attack for 9. It'll just get blocked. And we're in the same spot as we were. Yep. He'll block. We'll pass. We have 4 Blast Breaths in hand, Mr. Opponent. You don't stand a chance. I kind of want to play an amount of Blast Breath. I know Chris Saka, who is quite a good player. I think he topped some tournament recently, and he was playing an amount of Blast Breath, so I might have to check out his list at some point. But he's going to attack for 7. Yeah, I don't really think it matters what way he divided up these swings. I think I just always have enough. And because I think he already went through all of his Houndblazes, so it's not even like that was a concern. I tried to think, was there a way to not counter out that Kaido? But I think I needed all the counter I had in hand. Because he swings... No, actually I could have dropped to page 1 and kept the Kaido. Just doing that math real quick. Yeah. We'll see if it matters. We'll see if it matters. Because, I mean, honestly, even if I had the Kaido, it'd just be 6k and then 10. And he could almost definitely just get out of his 6k attack, so... I don't know how much it really matters. It's too bad we don't have a little rush character. Why can't I just be red randomly? That'd be pretty cool. He'll attack for 9. We obviously do have the counter for that, but... Again, it feels like we're just along for the ride for the rest of this game. We've kind of already lost. And he'll play a Borsellino, so even if we could Kaido, it didn't matter. Yeah, it's doomed. I think I'll attack for a number. I was like, can I play like 2 characters and then do my best? Maybe. But it doesn't matter, because, yeah, sure, we could play Law page 1. We'd only have 4k worth of counter, and we just get mathed out of the game. So I do scoop it up there, and we'll move along to the 3rd game. which is against a kid. I kind of expected it to just be, you know, like the double swing kid whole time, so I was a little bit worried because I feel like that it genuinely it does do pretty good into Luffy. You're kind of just forced to spam blockers if they start doing that, but he will swing for 5. I will counter with the queen. No fear in my heart. And I'll play Usopp. So I'm like, okay, he's probably just playing Film Kid. Could still potentially go with the game plan of just beating me up. That is possible. We'll pick up an ulti for turn. We'll ramp, find a Magellan. We are very happy about that. That is great. So next turn he'll only be at 4 Dawn, which means he could like swing for 6 twice, but like kind of whatever. We can get out of probably just 2 of those swings, and then we just eat one of them, you know, from Usopp and double leader, or he can just continue playing down cards. Again, we aren't sure exactly what he is committed to at this point. He's gonna go 1 Dawn on the Usopp, attack me for 6. Kind of rude, trying to bully out my 2Ks. Come on, man. We're just gonna eat the second 6K because I mean, whatever. We're a pretty aggro deck. I don't mind going to low life pretty quickly. I know like taking life with Luffy, like from your opponent, feels a little bit bad, but if you're going second, you only really need to ramp like twice. Even like the Magellan, I guess, kind of adds it, you know, one more time. Well, honestly, if you're going second, you only need to ramp once because you just go 5 drop, 7 drop, and then if that 7 drop is Poly, you're already at 10. If not, you know, it's like whatever, you're still just gonna play Kaido. So Magellan kind of forces us to ramp twice, but it's all good. Also, the Corazon was kind of annoying here. I'm not gonna lie, because I couldn't just drop Poly and pop the Usopp because Corazon would have just traded with that. But he takes the block on the 6K swing, so that's cool. And then because he just blocked on a 6K, I kind of figured he might be lacking on a bit of 2Ks, so we'll just swing 6. He does take. Might have taken that regardless of having a 2K, but that's just something I guess to keep in mind, that he might be pretty low on 2Ks. And right here, if he just goes 8-8 at me, I could like play double queen next turn, but I'm pretty sure I can just counter out of one of the 8s and take the other one, and then I think I'm still safe enough to play the Kaido, and he kind of has to risk it on, you know, just double swinging the following turn, so we'll see. He's gonna go exactly that. He's gonna go 8 at life. We'll take the counter. I could have taken the first one just to see if there were other cards I wanted to drop, but I mean, honestly, the 2Ks in this deck are almost always just 2Ks. It's not like purple has an Otama that's like sometimes worthwhile playing, but yep, we'll just drop a Khalifa and an ulti, and he should just restand and go again. Could potentially go at like the Magellan, which I might save, I might not save. I'd probably just let him go if he goes with a Magellan, and know that I just live another turn, which is cool. But he does just go 8 at life. I'll eat that, pick up another 2K. So yeah, we can probably pretty safely drop this Kaido and just kind of put him down to 1 or 2 life here. Probably 1 life, if not 0, depending if he has an amount of 2Ks. We top deck another 2K, so I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely just gonna Kaido, and we'll berate him with a couple 6Ks. I could have went like 5, 6, 7, but I figured just going a bunch of 6s would probably be good, because he, yeah, if anything, I just forced 3 2Ks out of his hand, which ain't bad either. And he will drop 2 1Ks. Okay, so 6Ks, big value here, big value. He'll probably end up taking this one. Might also just take my leader, 6K as well, depending on what that life was. So, yep, that's what we'll do. Go 6 again, and he will counter out of that attack with 2 more 1Ks. Again, big value. And then we'll just play Kaido, attack for 10, put him down to 1 life, pass it over to him, say good luck. I guess, you know, maybe if he played like 4 blockers this turn, he might live. But I think he just ends up trying to go for game. And he's only at 8 Dawn right now. So we'll thank the Magellan for that. Pretty good. And so I'll just go 10-10. We definitely can get out of a 10. But I'll take the first one. pretty sure he was just going to commit to going to it regardless if I countered out of that one or not. Well, actually, no, he could pivot and like clear one of my bodies, but yeah, we'll just take that, make sure he just goes again at my life, and we're pretty much winning this game. We'll drop 3 2Ks because we have a bunch, and he'll pass and just ends up scooping it up there. So yeah, that was Purple Luffy. He again, fun deck. It's a pretty straightforward deck, honestly. You know, kind of feels hard to mess up. It's just kind of sometimes it's like, if you have it, you have it. You don't, you don't. And I feel like that's just how the Sakatsuki matchup is. It's like, do you have 2 or 3 Magellans? Yes. Do they have Houndblaze? Also yes. Okay, you're probably still in an okay spot. Or it's like, do you have Magellans? Yes, and they don't have Houndblazes. You're probably winning. Other way around, you know, do you not have Magellans? They do have Houndblazes. You're probably losing. I feel like, you know, you're definitely at a disadvantage there, but that's just how the matchup goes. Most other matchups, I feel like you do fine into. You do pretty good in the yellow. I think you do very good in the yellow, actually. Uta, I think you also do quite well into. What else is meta right now? Red decks are honestly kind of scary for this deck, especially like Red Green Law does really well into Purple Luffy. Zoro as well. Trying to think of other things, but regardless, yeah, deck is fun. You know, it's just enjoyable, honestly. But yeah, that is the video, and thank you guys for watching.